What's up, everybody? It's Jay, and welcome to Geezys Playbook. We're on our Sunday sit-down, and today we're diving into Week 18 of the NFL season. Let's dive right into it. Yesterday, we had a matchup that had huge playoff implications between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. The Buccaneers ended up defeating the Carolina Panthers 16-14. That led to the Saints and Falcons being the deciding factor of who wins the NFC South today. If the Atlanta Falcons defeat the New Orleans Saints today, the Carolina Panthers win the NFC South and get the playoff bid. If the Falcons lose to the Saints, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will win the NFC South again, and they are guaranteed the playoff bid. Yeah, I know that Carolina does not like the Falcons, and I understand the Bucs don't like the Falcons, but Bucs are rooting against the Falcons. Panthers are rooting for the Falcons. So that will determine your NFC South and your last NFC playoff spot. In another NFC game, we had the Seattle Seahawks versus the San Francisco 49ers. The Seahawks defeated the 49ers 13-3 in a heavily touted defensive game. That locks up the number one seed for the Seattle Seahawks. So you're telling me Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks are your number one seed in the NFC going into the NFL playoffs. Gotta love it. They've been efficient. They defeated the Rams. To watch the Rams go from where they were to the loss to the Falcons, the loss to the Seahawks, to fall all the way back to the 5 seed, that's actually quite crazy. Outside of that Saints and Falcons game today, you have a few other good matchups. You got Packers-Vikings. I mean, obviously no playoff implications in that game, but they always play each other pretty well. Outside of that, who else do we have here? Chargers-Broncos. That is a good game. Obviously, Broncos being 13-3, Chargers being 11-5. Only issue is you don't know what starters will be playing. Obviously, that can change up to game time. Both teams are already locked into playoff spots, so they may rest a good amount of their starters. But keep your eye on that at 425 on CBS. Should be a good game. Denver's currently favored -14. Whew. Obviously, they must know some of the Chargers starters aren't playing. After that, you have the Chiefs versus the Raiders. Obviously not the best year for the Chiefs. Not what they expected to happen. Not making the playoffs. Won't be in the Super Bowl for the first time in a good amount of years. Patrick Mahomes tearing his ACL. Obviously, love to see Patrick get better as quick as he possibly can. Still a great talent, great player, and a great image for the NFL. Could this be Travis Kelce's last football game? That's the major question. I mean, the way he was shaking hands, crying, emotional after the game at Arrowhead last week, yeah, it's indicating this could be the last game of his career, but obviously don't want to make any assumptions. For all we know, he could come back running back with Pat one more year when Pat comes back. That'd be one to keep your eye on because you may actually witness the very last game of Travis Kelce's career. What else we got? Lions, Bears. I mean, obviously it'll be a heavily touted game. Lions are out of playoff contention, so I'm assuming they play all their starters, but they could play spoiler on the Bears' record. Bears already locked into the playoffs. Tonight, granddaddy of them all for this Sunday, Ravens, Steelers. Winner goes to the playoffs. Winner wins the AFC North, actually. And the craziest part about this matchup is the Ravens started off very bad. They lost to the Bills to start the season. They beat the Ravens. They were 1-1. 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, 1-5. They were 2-5 at one point. Now have fought their way back to be 8-8 with an opportunity to win the AFC North against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They flexed this game down to the primetime game at 8:20 on Peacock for Sunday Night Football because not only does it determine the AFC North, if Aaron Rodgers decides to retire, this very well could be his last football game. So a lot of implications riding on multiple games today. I mean, you got the Saints versus the Falcons determining the NFC South. You have the Ravens versus the Steelers determining the AFC North. The number one seed's already been locked up in the NFC for the Seattle Seahawks. So, yeah, should be some good football today in those games for playoff implicated games. A lot of other games, I'll be honest, people will probably sit people. But I'm going to go ahead and throw some predictions out there. Currently, Baltimore is favored at -3.5. Is Lamar playing? Has anybody said? Let me go to the injury report really quick. From the looks of it, Lamar Jackson is playing. Steelers will be without Darnell Washington. Obviously, DK Metcalf got suspended. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Baltimore Ravens on this one. They fought back. They didn't have the best record already throughout the year and fought back to have this opportunity. I can see Aaron Rodgers clutching up and winning this game, but with the play calling of last game, it looked like they were just trying to stop Myles Garrett from getting the sack record as opposed to actually winning the game. So I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens in that. And I am a very delusional Falcons fan. So obviously I know we're not getting in. We are -3.5 currently today because we're at home against the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to have to take the Falcons beating the Saints, getting the sweep on the year. And Cousins will try to match winning streaks in the NFC South showdown between him and Tyler Shaw. So I got to go with the Falcons. Falcons win. Panthers get into the playoffs. If you love the content, like, comment, subscribe. We're trying to get our studio together now for our Geezys Playbook podcast. Get everything rolling. Right now, we're just freebasing off our cameras. So I do appreciate it. TikTok is at WestGZJ. Facebook is Jacob Richards. I'll probably branch one out. Currently making an Instagram for it, but my current personal Instagram is at WestGZJ. I appreciate everything, the love on the shorts, the TikTok love, the Facebook love, so we continue to grow. Geezys Playbook, Sunday sit down. It's going to become a facet with everything that I do. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's any more content you want to see. I'm trying to come with 4 or 5 uploads on long form content a week for y'all. Thank y'all, and y'all have a good one.